Thank you for flowing with Freelight Yoga. I invite you to join today's class dedicated to embracing imperfections by finding balance and completion in the unknown. This practice has an emphasis on connecting your breath to movement to help you strengthen the foundation of your breath that unifies body, mind, and spirit throughout your practice. This class is ideal for students transitioning from beginner into intermediate classes. The quick pace of fluid movement offers the opportunity to expand your practice. With that being said, let's go ahead and get moving. Begin by finding an easy seat at the top of your mat. Your palms may be lifted toward the sky for receiving or placed against your knees for grounding. Now that you've found a comfortable position, begin to notice your breath as it flows through you. Connect with your breath as it travels and moves through your body, with each inhale expanding you, and with each exhale creating space. Feel your inhale as it rises up through your spine, lifting your chest and opening your heart toward the sky. Exhale, allow your shoulders to melt down, settling into place. Continue to observe the breath through the body, taking observation of how you feel beginning your practice today. Now let's begin to invite some movement into your body. On your inhale, join your hands together, lifting them to the sky. Exhale, release your right hand beside your right hip as you extend your left hand to the right. Inhale, lift both hands toward the sky and take this to the left on your exhale. As you inhale, come back through center and exhale, begin to fold forward, pausing halfway and then bringing your hands out in front of you and melting into a fold. On your inhale, begin to lift, looking up and walking your hands back to your knees. Begin to pull your knees into your chest as you find your way onto your back and give yourself a nice big hug. As you release, allow your left leg to fall as you open your right knee out to the side and begin some circles in each direction. Begin to release your knee and grab a hold of the outside of your foot for a half happy baby, pulling your toes toward the mat and knee toward your shoulder. Begin to release your foot as you grab your knee with your left hand and open your right arm to the side. Gaze follows for supine twist. You can remain here or deepen this twist by grabbing your big toe with your peace fingers and extending your leg long. On your next inhale, begin to come back through center, opening your knee out to the side one more time before releasing beside the left and wiggling out your knees. And beginning on the left side. You'll want to ignore me here and grab your left knee with your left hand, beginning your circles in each direction, opening up your left hip. Begin to release your knee and grab the outside of your left foot for half happy baby, pulling your toes toward the mat and finding your edge. Release your foot for your supine twist, pulling your left thigh over to the right as your gaze follows your left fingertips to the left. As you exhale, allow yourself to soften, deepening into this twist. And as we did on the right, if you'd like to deepen this even further, grab your big toe with your peace fingers and extend your leg long, straightening the knee. Gently begin to release, coming back into center, this time pulling both knees into your chest, maybe rocking side to side before taking a full happy baby. You can invite movement in your happy baby or remain in stillness if you prefer. And you have the option to straighten the legs, coming into a nice big V shape for a hamstring stretch before rolling up and back into high boat. Your hands may be lifted or bent at your sides with feet flexed for full engagement. As you exhale, lower into your low boat with feet extended out in front of you. And inhale, you lift back up into your high boat. This time, maybe you try extending your legs high for a full boat and continue to breathe as you lower into your low boat. With the power of your inhale, lift back into your high boat expression. Exhale, open your arms to the right for a twist, extending your left leg long. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center, and release the outer edges of your feet to the mat for a seated butterfly. Grabbing your feet with your hands, inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Release when you're ready and begin to find your way into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale through a halfway lift, look up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, begin to rise through a high mountain, sweeping your hands overhead. And take a moment here to lengthen your spine, standing tall before finding a slight back bend. Inhale, come back through that high mountain and swan dive, forward fold. Continue movement with your breath through a high push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, and pause, looking over your right shoulder, back through center, over your left shoulder, and center, your journey to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to offer your body any movement that serves you before moving into our next Sun Salutation A. Taking a halfway lift and forward fold when you get there. On your next inhale, slowly release from that forward fold and inhale, high mountain. You can continue to lengthen through the spine here or take a back bend of your choice. On your next inhale, come back through high mountain and swan dive, forward fold. It's your journey through a Vinyasa flow from here. Taking your breath through a high push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, and finding downward facing dog. In your downward dog, pull your hips toward the sky, pressing your chest towards your legs, creating that V shape. Now lifting your right leg behind you for three-legged dog. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest, and inhale, three-legged dog. One more with your breath. Pull your knee into your chest one more time and plant your foot between your hands. Begin to twist your runner's lunge, keeping your left hand planted and right hand toward the sky. Exhale, weave your arm under the left. Inhale, lift toward the sky for 4, following your breath. When you finish, begin to find your lounging lizard from twisted runner's lunge by sweeping your right hand behind you as your toes fall to the right and heels to the left. Come back through your twisted runner's lunge and begin to lift your left hand up and forward as you sweep your right hand behind you, followed by your gaze. Begin to square your shoulders, sweeping your hands overhead for high lunge. On your exhale, drop your right hand down, coming into a side body stretch in your lunge. Inhale, come back through a high lunge. Begin to seal your back foot as you open your arms to a T, finding warrior 2. Keeping your gaze over your right middle finger, see if you can go a little deeper in your right leg. On your inhale, left hand goes down your left leg as your right hand reaches behind you, reversing your warrior. Begin to release, coming back through a warrior 2. Slowly hinge forward, finding your extended side angle. Exhale, lengthen, extending your left arm forward. Begin to straighten your right leg, coming into triangle. Right hand to the inside of your right shin, and lengthen, left arm reaching forward. Lift through your side body, sweeping your right arm with you for star position on the left side of your mat. Pivot your right foot forward and lower with arms extended like you're holding a beach ball. Inhale, begin to lift. Continuing this movement with your breath for 2 more cycles. Begin to lower one more time as we move into a wide-legged pyramid pose. You have the option to shorten your pyramid here. And once you've set up the foundation of this pose, inhale through a halfway lift and exhale, fold forward. Start to bring the bend back into your right knee, finding a runner's lunge. Twist your runner's lunge as we transition to a side angle plank. Feet can be stacked or staggered. Modification here is to lower your left knee. Remain here or find Wild Thing, planting your right foot on the floor behind you. Circle your arm around to find the mat. Option to keep your right foot lifted for a three-legged Vinyasa Flow. When you reach downward dog, lift your left leg behind you and exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Doing this 2 more times, holding your knee in on 3. Plant your foot for runner's lunge and open your left arm to the sky. On your exhale, weave your left arm under the right shoulder and lift on your inhale for 4. As you exhale, sweep your left hand behind you as you lower your hips for lounging lizard. Inhale, twisted runner's lunge. Begin to lighten the right fingertips and sweep your arm forward, followed by your left arm behind you for an easy twist to the left. On your inhale, high lunge. Lower your left hand beside your hip and find a side body stretch to the left. Lift back through your high lunge and open warrior 2. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And you go even deeper here, keeping the integrity of that deep front knee, warrior 2. And lower into your extended side angle, left hand to the inside of your left foot. Begin to lengthen your right arm overhead. Utilize your tricep as leverage to open your hip here. And straighten the left leg for triangle pose. Inhale, lift your left arm, feeling the strength of your side body. Rise all the way through standing and pivot your left foot forward. Pivot your foot to face the front of the mat and begin to lower on your exhale. Inhale, lift up through standing. Follow your breath through 2 more of these movements. Begin to set up for your wide-legged pyramid pose. Once you're there, realign through a halfway lift, shifting that right hip forward and left hip back before you lower through your fold. Keep your hands planted on the mat as you sweep your left foot behind you. In this vinyasa, you have the option to keep it three-legged. From your upward facing dog, find a low push-up as a transition into side angle plank with right hand planted this time. Extend your left arm forward, creating a long line from hand to foot. Continue to tap into your breath for strength. Begin to lift your left leg, planting your foot behind you for Wild Thing. Circle your foot back through a side angle plank and high push-up. It's your vinyasa from here. Land your vinyasa in a child's pose when you're ready. On your next inhale, begin to shift forward, aligning your shoulders over wrists for tabletop position. Follow your breath through 3 cycles of cat-cow or the variation of movement of your choice. Extend your right foot behind you, extending it past the left side of your mat, planting your toes to the floor. Begin to shift the weight into your calf with your gaze over your left shoulder. Begin to lift your right foot behind you as you tap your knee to your elbow on your exhale and plant your foot back down on your inhale. Continue this for a total of 3 with your breath. After 3, find your 3-legged tabletop. On your exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Inhale, extend your leg behind you. Do this 2 more times, planting your foot outside of your right hand on 3. Slide your left knee back about a footprint for lizard. Begin to explore your edge, deepening on each exhale, maybe coming to your forearms or possibly reaching your forehead to your stacked hands at the top of your mat. If you'd like a gentle boost, bring your right palm to gently press to the inside of your right knee. For a quad stretch, sweep your right hand behind you to grab the inside of your left foot, pulling your heel to your glute and lifting your chest and gaze to the sky. Release your foot if you have it and come back through center. Sweep your right knee to meet the left on the mat and realign as needed for tabletop position. Reset through a cat-cow if you'd like to, and when you're ready, extend your left leg behind you for 3-legged tabletop. This time crossing over the right side of your mat, pressing back into your calf. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bring your left knee to left elbow, and inhale back over to the right. Continue this 2 more times before finding your 3-legged tabletop. From 3-legged tabletop, bring your knee into your chest and lengthen for 3, planting your foot to the outside of your left hand for lizard pose after 3. Scoot your right knee back to create space and length here before deepening on your exhale, finding your edge. Notice this side might feel different from the other side, and hold grace for yourself no matter. If you'd like to take this into that quad stretch, begin to lift your right foot off the mat, grabbing it with the left hand. Release your foot if you still have it. Press into your hands and tuck your right toes under, lifting your right knee off the mat. Sweep your left foot behind you to meet the right in a high push-up. Begin to lower slowly to the mat and lift for cobra on your inhale. Exhale, release down to your mat. Move through 2 more cobras with your breath, keeping a light touch of your hands to the mat to fully engage your back muscles. When you finish, open your arms to a T, bringing your left cheek to the mat and lifting your right toes off to cross over to the left for half scorpion. Your toes may stay lifted or they may find the ground, whichever is perfectly fine. Begin to come back through, finding both feet to the mat. Switch to your right cheek and lift your left toes, crossing your left foot over to the right floor behind you. Come back through center, finding your way to the mat. Bring your hands outside of your rib cage, pressing back for child's pose. Take this time to tune into your body, noticing how you feel ending your practice today. Continue to flow with the rhythm of your breath as you allow it to slow down. fully melting your heart into the mat and feeling the support of the ground beneath you. Remain in stillness, or if you'd like to invite movement, walk your hands to the right side of your mat, pressing into the left hip. On your inhale, walk back through center, followed by your hips, and exhale, walk to the left side of your mat, shifting the weight into your right hip. Begin to walk your hands back through to the top of your mat, finding rest in child's pose. When you're ready, begin to walk your hands back to meet your knees, finding a comfortable seat at the back of your mat. Take a moment to find gratitude for your body, your mind, and your spirit, for taking this time to honor yourself today and fill yourself with the love you deserve. On your next inhale, sweep your hands overhead, bringing your hands into prayer, and exhale, pulling through to heart center. Thank you for your time, effort, and growth today. Lift your thumbs to third eye center. The love and light in me honors and accepts the love and light within you. Namaste. My name is Madeline Ponder, and this is Freelight Yoga. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. If you'd like to connect on other platforms or would like to see where you can find me in person or support me past liking and sharing this video, the QR code in this picture will take you to my Linktree. Any and all feedback is always welcome and appreciated. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this class in the comments or in the survey I have connected to my Linktree. I'm so happy to share the gift of yoga with you and would love to stay connected. So please don't hesitate to check out my Linktree and find more ways that you can be involved in the Freelight Yoga community. Also listed, I have my Venmo, where tips are always appreciated and I send my gratitude to you. As always, love, light, freedom, Freelight Yoga.